How does someone make 95K in a year? Like $95,000 and you're still broke? Like, make it make sense. Like, I was actually, like Gary and Granots, like ramen noodles broke. Yes, that kind of broke. Hey guys, welcome back to All Shades of Chantel. So, today, I'm calling out myself. I'm calling out myself with my own hands, guys. Today, I'll be telling you guys quick story time of how I made $95,000 in a year, and I was still broke. Like, by the time I was entering the new year, I realized that I made this money and I was still broke, guys. I'm telling you all the mistakes that I made that I know, led to this reality. Also, I'll be sharing with you like things I've learned, how to never ever have that repeat itself. So guys, stick to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and let's get it going. So guys, it was a really good year. I mean, I was working, I was tired, I was just, putting in all the work, guys. And by the next year, during the tax season, I had filed my taxes just to realize that I had made $95,000. Now, mind you, I never even knew I, had made this money. Most of it I had even made from working overtime, extra shifts, and stuff like that. But I never even realized that I had made this so much money, right? Tell me why. As of when I was filing my taxes, I couldn't even boast of $1,000 in my account. I'm not capping, guys. Like, for real. I could not even boast of 1K. And I felt like I was being robbed. Like, I felt like someone had robbed me and I wasn't aware. I was distraught. Like, what's going on? What's happening? Right? Well, guys, this was my reality. Do you even know the worst one? The one that even hurt me to my core is that throughout the year when I was even working, for some reason, sometimes I felt like I wasn't even working enough. I felt like I wasn't, putting in the extra work because I wasn't really seeing any money, But just to realize that after the whole year had passed, that I had made so much money, that shook me, I had posted a video about this on my TikTok. Like, some people were saying like they could relate to this. Like, many times, you are working so hard in the diaspora, like slaving, like, putting in the work just for the next year to come around, and during your taxes, you see like all the money you had, worked hard for, like outside of your regular taxes that they take out, outside of the SSN, any other federal thing they take out from your money, and you see what you are supposed to have like left, and you're just like, where is all this money going to? Guys, that was me, and I know I'm not alone. Like, we are so many people that go through this, like experience this like in real time, right? So I'll be sharing with you guys like some things that I know led to this realization of me being broke, some mistakes I know that I made, and I'll also be sharing to you guys like some things that I also know that I have done, and I've been able to see like a shift in my finances, so let's go forward with that. The number one mistake I realized when I had to do like a recap of my finances, and like actually like do a deep dive and see what's really going on with my money, like what's happening. The first thing I realized was that I didn't have a budget, guys. Like, when they say money come, money go, like that was me. Like, as the money was coming, I was already spending it, like outside of the rent, outside of the groceries. Like, I was just putting money away in different things, but I didn't have a budget to control like what I was actually doing. And guys, we all know that budgets work, right? I didn't use that, guys. So basically, like, my budgets were basically non-existent, right? I was spending, and the worst thing is that I wasn't even spending on myself. Most times I was spending on other people. I was giving to whoever that asked or to whoever needed my help. I was there for everybody, basically, So that was one thing that really got to me. The second thing that got to me was I found out I was in so much credit card debt, guys. Like, I didn't even know how I got there. I don't even know how I got there. Like, I think I started from getting one card, and next thing, boom, I'm like 4 cards deep, right? And I'm paying off these cards, but I'm using them still, and so it's almost as if I'm paying nothing. So all my money is coming. I'm paying cards, but I'm not paying them off because I'm still using them aggressively. Guys, it's a lot, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's so embarrassing that I'm saying all this now, and in my head I'm like, what was I even doing then? I'm just thinking, I'm saying like, what was going on in my head at that time? But yeah, we are prone to make mistakes as human beings, So today I'm going to call myself out, and I'm trying to learn from my mistakes, and also, hope that somebody watching this video is also going to learn from my mistakes and do better going forward. The third thing that I realized was I lived for today. Like, I wasn't thinking about tomorrow. Like, tomorrow, I wasn't even thinking about, like, worried about tomorrow. I would say I was worried about tomorrow, but in the reality of it, I wasn't worried about tomorrow. I didn't have a single investment. Like, we invest in crypto from time to time, but like, I didn't have it's like a serious investment that I could say, okay, I can hold on to. Like, I was one missed paycheck from disaster. Like, I couldn't even afford to take off, or go on a vacation. I could not. Like, I needed every cent, literally. But the worst thing is that, I'm making all this money, but still, I still feel like I'm not, because I'm broke. But enough about all my mistakes. Now, let me tell you how I fixed it. Because trust me, I fixed it. Like, I came with everything inside of me and I fixed it. The first thing I did to fix it was I started to budget. Budgeting is sometimes people are so scared of that word, and I understand it's so boring sometimes to budget. Like, it's just so tiring. And when we hear the word budget, sometimes we think it's all mathematical and equations and all that stuff. No, it is simply just putting down your income and taking away your expenses, the things that you feel are going to be targeted, using that money that you have. So the trick I use most times is to share my budgeting with like 50, 30, 20 rule, where your 50% of the money you earn is going into your needs. So things like your rent, your groceries, your utilities, all these things are things that you need in a month, right? So 50 of that money is going into that. 30% of your money or your income should then be going into things like your wants, so you have a trip that you'll be eyeing, a trip that you want to go to, a vacation or something that you want, then you can put that money towards that. Then the last 20% of your money should be going into savings, or say you have to pay off a debt, that should be where that money is going into. So if you're able to do this consistently in a month, like, you would never ever meet yourself in where I was. And that was something that I had to start implementing. And before I could even blink, like, I saw my money shift. I saw myself become accountable for my resources. Like, those times where I would be crying like I'm broke, like, all those disappeared, literally, because I could always see some savings. I had to start growing a 3 to 6 months emergency fund, something that I never had before, because I was eating the money as it comes. I was spending it, I was giving it as it comes, but investing is so important, because when you invest or when you save, you're showing up for your tomorrow. You're showing up for your next tomorrow, for your future. Nobody ever wants to come to a place where life happens to you and there's nothing to protect you. Sometimes you think that human beings will just be there to give you money when you need so, but everybody is going through their own life challenges and their own life struggles. That's why you need to protect yourself first, and the only way you can protect yourself is by having a savings and an investment. Savings 3 to 6 months, preferably saved up for your emergencies, and then for investments, you can look into buying stocks. Invest in buying stocks every time you get paid. invest in a stock, $50, $100, whatever your pockets can carry, do it. You do this consistently, guys, you will never ever have to ever say you're broke. You will never see yourself in that place. The next thing I also did was I began to attack all those debts. You see all those credit cards that I had, I began to attack them one by one. I remember then I had to also like do what we call like the snowball method, where I would pay like minimums on all my cards, but I would pay more on the card with the lowest amount. Once I paid off that, I will rinse and repeat till I have all my cards paid off. I was so aggressive with this, guys, and I was able to pay off my credit cards within 6 months to a year. Everything was gone. Trust me, it was the most liberating feeling I've ever felt in my life. Just knowing that I'm debt free, like just knowing that I don't have to lose money every time I am making it. Because what many times we don't realize is that when you're paying all these credit card debts, you're also losing money paying the high interest charges. So by the time you made a purchase of $1,000, or by the time you're paying it off, you probably have paid double the amount in interest. No one wants to do that. You're losing money, through that way. You're losing money consistently through that. The best way to attack your credit card is to pay it as soon as possible. Never even let it sit down to where they can even charge you an interest. As you're using the credit cards, make sure you have that money to pay off as soon as possible. And if that's not the case, then create a structured method to where you can pay it off, as quickly as possible. Never let your credit card sit down and sit for months and years and just leave it there to accrue all the interest. That money that is being put towards the credit card to be paid off is money that you can be putting into your investments, into a stock market, into buying a land or buying a house or something. That money is being wasted instead of having to pay debts. We're not doing that, guys. No more. So from today, create a structure. If you can do the snowball method, or if that doesn't work for you, create something that works best for you, that you'll be able to pay off all your credit cards, as soon as possible. And the last thing I do, guys, is I pay myself now. Yes, before I'm helping anybody, before I'm giving anybody anything, is this girl first. This girl was the one that worked for that money, so I'm going to pay this girl first. And when I pay her, then I can now pay every other person. I stick to that Bible scripture that says you have to love others as you love yourself. If I don't love me, I can't love you. From the bountifulness of my heart of what I've loved, then I can let it flow to others. So treat yourself right. Pay yourself first. Make sure that you are set, and then you're able to help other people. It is not selfishness to put yourself first. It is not being wicked. No. It is self-love for you to put yourself first in every situation or in every place you find yourself in. So do that. Pay yourself first. Once you get paid or you get some money, after I give my tithe to God, I'm next on that line. I pay myself first and then put money towards any other thing I need to put money towards. So pay yourself first. So guys, trust me, paying off debts and being debt free and not being broke, for me it was not an overnight success at all. Like I've been there. I empathize with people when I see them struggle with their finances, because I've been there. I've struggled with my finances and I've had to learn how to make better choices. It is not going to be an overnight success. You're going to have to put in the work, whether it's reading books, whether it's educating yourself, whether it's making better financial choices, whether it's learning how to say no. All these things are things you're going to have to learn to do in the process or in the journey as you go. But the good thing is that once you learn all these things, you are on your way to being the best version of yourself. So don't be too hard on yourself. Also, forgive yourself for the mistakes you made in the past and just be ready to move forward now, into these new decisions you're trying to make. So guys, if you've ever felt broke, you ever struggled with money, you've had those experiences that you're like, nobody can hear of this. I want to know about it. Let me know in the comment section below. Share your biggest struggles with money in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I will see more of these videos. Is anything you want me to talk about, particularly or specifically, just let me know in the comment section below and I'll definitely look into it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. God bless. Bye.